I have a serious question to ask. How do people get involved with cults? Now, I went through a whole phase where I studied nothing but serial killers. I know everything there is to know about serial killers, their victim counts, MOs, all that good stuff. Well, it's not good stuff. It's terrible, fucking horrible stuff. I also studied a lot about cults, and it's something that fascinates the fuck out of me. But I'm realizing now that I'm starting to know myself, I wouldn't. It wouldn't. It wouldn't work for me. And I don't know how other people buy it. Like, I don't know if you guys like ever saw Jim Jones or Charlie Manson. I don't know what the appeal is because they're not. I, Jim Jones got almost 1,000 people, and that guy was a lunatic. Okay, I asked too many fucking questions, and as soon as I started asking questions and pointing stuff out, that's when you know what I mean. So I don't know how, unless you just. I mean, unless you just get dropped into the situation through no choice of your own. I see that most definitely. But other than that, like I don't see like just undying love for the cult leader. Because once you start seeing the cult leader's humanity, I'm realizing that they're actually a very damaged human being who's working through their ego, like just doing all of these terrible things to other people because they don't want to look at themselves, and it's through their own ego shit. I mean, like, the Charlie Manson didn't even touch a victim. He didn't commit. Well, I don't want to get into all that, but, like, he didn't physically commit the murders. The Tate LaBianca murders, he didn't do it, but he talked people into doing it for him. You know what I mean? Like, whether through, incentive or drugs or whatever it was that the members were looking for, because everybody who gets involved in these type of deals is looking for something. They're looking for some sort of, like, whether it be spiritual enlightenment or healing or just to mask or numb something. They're looking for something, right? So they go to these people, like, I don't know, say, I'm not saying Jared Leto's name because I think he's energetically stalking me. I started beef with him too. And now he's popping up all. I don't want him. I don't want him to know. I'm not joining. I see through it. And don't you dare send me any mail. I heard what kind of shit you send in the mail. I don't get my mail anyway because I'm not in it. Anyway, so you've got this leader, this magnanimous, representative of what everybody's looking for, right? And this person, usually a narcissist or a psychopath or sociopath, can sense that all of these people need something, and they get the power from providing it. I mean, look at David Koresh. Uh, and you look at them like from the outside perspective of I'm not even gonna use the S word, the Church of S, because I know what happens to people that talk about that, and I've looked into that one just because I was curious, because these things fascinate me, because I'm looking for answers. I'm looking for relief and healing and something deeper, something, because I believe that there is something bigger than all of us. Not necessarily everybody believes that, and that's cool. But I believe that everybody's looking for something to fill that void, something. And that's how they get involved in these types of deals, like the Church of S. His wife, what happened? Where's Shelley? Where's Shelley? That's what I'm talking about. You start getting a little iffy, you start being like, hey, wait a minute. The cult leader's over there doing cocaine and we're like working in the fields. What's happening here? You know what I mean? And then that's when the members start to question. And when they start to, that's why they have to keep them separate. They can't really, gotta keep them working, gotta keep them doing. Because if they start talking to each other, then the mask comes off of the leaders or whatever, whoever's in charge, and they lose control because it's all about control. It's about control, it's about manipulation, it's about, in some cases, like it's a, what is that? Not Stockholm. Well, it is Stockholm syndrome because once you get in it, you're like afraid and you can't. You start identifying with the captors. You can't leave. But that's not what I'm talking about. It's the